Hello and welcome to Purchase Broadcast Studios. I'm your host, Anthony Vasallo.
And I'm your host, Elijah Diaz. Thank you for joining us here today. Today we have a developing story. The suspension of Naheem Paris has brought light upon social issues at Purchase College, causing a series of protests from students demanding the retraction of his suspension. Tuesday's campus safety forum failed to engage students as the lack of student input led to a sit-in at the Student Services building. Purchase Broadcast Studios reported on the scene. Here's a look at the events. Purchase students gathered for a sit-in at the Student Services building on Tuesday, expressing their displeasure with administrators. The sit-in continued a chain of protests around campus supporting Naheem Paris, a sophomore who was suspended for possession of a non-lethal taser last week. Many students vocalized their grievances to President Milagros Peña and UPD Chief Dayton Tucker, demanding that their voices were heard after a webinar conducted hours before failed to include student input.
Your system of policies is structured in a way that gives students of color loss after loss after loss. So for you to sit here and tell us today that the retraction of a loss and the idea of reviewing this loss that you gave one of our students, the reviewal of that is a win for us, is not a win, sir.
Feeling, and if you know what, you have pushed me to this point. I see nothing else. I would rather be dragged from this building by this cop who threatened my student, and also
have a meeting with Mr. Tucker right now. I would personally talk about how you can remake this up to the students, maybe hosting something on the lawn, because a lot of people have stuff to say.
Professors joined students in support of their fight for justice as both parties discussed possible solutions for ongoing conflicts on campus, including the creation of black student unions. Protesters walked out together as a united front to keep students and teachers safe and their messages strong. I'm Elijah Diaz with Purchase Broadcast Studios, keeping you updated on this developing story.
SUNY Purchase held its 12th blood drive this past week on October 19th and 20th. Held in the small gym, students, faculty, and others were welcome to walk in or make an appointment to donate blood. Purchase Broadcast correspondent Diana Gilday filed this report.
Blood is something that every human being needs. On an average year, according to the American Red Cross, every 2 seconds someone in the U.S. needs blood or platelets, and 36,000 units of red blood cells are needed every day in the United States. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, the need for blood has increased. The pandemic not only caused a blood shortage, but it also led to people putting off medical treatment, drug-related overdoses, and other traumas that all require blood, leaving blood inventories depleted. Purchase students and faculty on October 19th and 20th tried to help with this depletion, running the annual blood drive in the small gym.
I decided I wanted to give blood today because I know they're in need of a lot of blood, especially since the COVID-19 pandemic. I just feel like it's something I should do and I'm able to do it.
This is my first time donating blood, and I'm doing it because my aunt, she gets blood from other people a lot of the time for her cancer, and she's always encouraged us to donate our blood to help other people like her.
A little under 38% of the population is able to donate blood, so those who can and came out to the blood drive are making a true difference. 1 unit of blood is typically drawn when someone donates blood. This unit can go on to help save someone's life who has cancer, sickle cell, has been in a car accident, or many other tragic events. One person's donation can potentially save 3 people's lives, according to the Red Cross.
After over a year with very little of it, live music is slowly but surely returning to Purchase College. A couple weekends ago, a room in the basement of the music building was filled with students jamming to punk music and hanging with their friends. Purchase Broadcast Studios correspondent Lucy Albright filed this report.
Purchase students gathered in the music building basement for a rock show sponsored by the Anthropology and Media Studies Club. This is only the second concert to be held at this location since the start of the pandemic, and students are happy to be back.
It's a little uncanny, but it's good. I feel like last night was the first, and it felt very, felt like a return to form in some ways, or it felt like what I was used to in the past. It's also, I think, for a lot of people, definitely some anxiety. and I feel like it has been more complicated to organize this than it would have been before.
I'm losing my voice as we speak, but I think it was really well received, and I'm so proud of my other bandmates because they absolutely fucking killed it. My other bandmates, they've been in bands before and they've performed before. This is my first round of that. This is, I think, our 5th show, and it's amazing. I love it. I'm so glad to be here. Yeah.
The Anthropology and Media Studies Club chose this location for its high capacity so that a larger audience could attend. The club plans to continue putting on shows this year, and they have an electronic music concert planned for November.
The Purchase Pumpkin Patch was open for business on October 21st at 1:30 p.m. The Great Lawn was transformed and students came to pick and paint pumpkins. Purchase broadcast correspondent Leah Dwyer was at this event and filed this report.
Today, the Great Lawn has been transformed into the Purchase Pumpkin Patch. Purchase students have been treated to pick and paint a pumpkin on the Great Lawn.
It's pumpkin picking, but the pumpkin picks you. So.
The event, which started at 1:30 and is supposed to go until 3:30, seems to be a big hit amongst students. With what started with 200 pumpkins has dwindled down to just 1 and then 0 within 30 minutes of the event starting.
We did this last year when we had limited students and it was a big success, so this year we brought it back with more pumpkins, which seems to be an even bigger success. Students need an outlet. They want to be able to express themselves, they want creativity, they want to meet friends, and this is the perfect way to do that. The work that you do in the classroom is just as important as you do outside by meeting people and socializing and learning about your community.
My little man came and called out to me, right? Yeah.
On October 22nd, the Purchase Pumpkin Patch was presented to students at 1:30 p.m. on the Great Lawn. They got to partake in the fall season and participate in Purchase's version of the classic tradition. So many students wanted one that it left some disappointed that it ended an hour early. Purchase Broadcast Studio correspondent Sydney Nocerino filed this report.
This early Thursday afternoon, Purchase students were surprised with an autumnal treat in the form of pumpkin picking on the Great Lawn. Once they picked their pumpkin, they got to sit down and paint in any way they liked. Here, students are proudly holding their acquired pumpkins around campus. It was so much fun, too much, that they ran out in about an hour. Here, Candace White is cleaning up after the ordeal at a little after 2, with it starting at 1:30. Some students showed up in disappointment not getting a pumpkin in time before it was too late.
We had over 200 pumpkins and they were gone within 45 minutes. So I would say it was a success. Students were really excited to come out, enjoy the beautiful fall weather, meet some of their Purchase students, and paint their pumpkins.
So what's the process like in terms of coming up with the events and then making them happen?
Yeah, so I work with different companies around the tri-state area, and then I do approval with the college to make sure that this funding, the funding is appropriate for students, and then we calculate the numbers, we bring the events to campus, I advertise them on Purchase College calendar and on Instagram, and then students can come out, I scan their report cards, and then they just get to come and enjoy a free event.
How was that? It
was fun.
Why did you want to come out here today?
Because I wanted to hang out with my friends and do something like for October, because I haven't done anything like fallish yet. So yeah, that's why I came.
If you could have an event here, or like suggestions maybe of what they could do to improve?
Probably make more space for everyone, or more like, so a lot more people can come, because sometimes they don't expect as many students to come to the events.
Right.
So maybe like just bring more tools that they need and stuff so other people can come.
Like what happened today?
Yeah, like exactly. Yeah.
It ended super early.
Yeah, because everyone took pumpkins. She didn't say like you could take one pumpkin, so people were taking like several of them, I think, until like they were running out, and then she was like, okay, take one pumpkin so everyone can have one.
Got it.
You've been watching Purchase Broadcast Studios. We'll be back after this short break. Welcome back to Purchase Broadcast Studios, and thanks for staying here with us today.
Universal Circus is where families can come together to play games, enjoy unique food, and experience the circus life. NYC's Radio Hot 97 and WBLS made sure to collaborate the Universal Circus to create a unique experience for those attending. Hot 97 and WBLS interacted with the public, conducting free giveaways and game trivias to go with the crowd before the circus began. Purchase Broadcast Studios correspondent Imani Bell filed this report.
As attendees of Universal Circus began to arrive, they were quickly attracted by the Hot 97 and WBLS tent that was located near the entrance of the circus. Seeing the station's merch of shirts, bags, and masks, attendees gravitated to learn more about how to possess these items.
We weren't able to have Universal Circus due to COVID last year, but so we're super excited to be able to be back, better than ever, and performing for the people.
We here representing one of New York's top radio stations, and just seeing how we make the people feel and move is really like a wonderful thing. I'm glad that we can just be here, especially after COVID and everything of that nature.
I'm going to the Universal Circus.
Thank you, who? Hot 97.
Hot 97.
The women's volleyball team at Purchase College is approaching the end of their fall 2021 season. With live sports taking a long pause due to COVID, players and viewers are excited to be back on the courts once again. Reporter Lilia Ambler wanted to see how the season was going for women's volleyball at Purchase.
On Thursday, October 14th, the women's volleyball team of Purchase College was up against Yeshiva College for their 16th game of the season. All season long, the team is committed to practicing every day except weekends and holidays. They've been expressing a great deal of gratitude for being able to get back on the court this year. Despite whether they are winning or losing, the team is enjoying every second of it.
How's your season going so far?
It's been good. I've been learning a lot from the girls, and they've been teaching me more than I've ever learned back in high school.
What's your favorite part of the season, Ben?
I guess just being with the team all on the court and just playing volleyball. You know, just being out there, getting the opportunity to be there.
Just being around people again. I feel like with volleyball, it's such a team sport. You can't do anything by yourself. So just the camaraderie, yeah. I think it's going okay. I feel like we could be doing better, but we're all trying our best, and we're all just having fun. And we don't know when the season's gonna be cut short because we didn't have a season last year, so I think we're just making the most of it right now.
Thus far, the team has won 4 out of 18 games, including Yeshiva College, and has one more game to go. After not being able to play last year, they are truly taking advantage of the opportunity this season. But with the season quickly coming to a close, it's safe to say the team was overjoyed to finally play a full season once again.
Majority of Purchase College campus students are vaccinated, but that doesn't mean masks go down. Students are required to follow the mask mandate and to wear masks at all times during club activities while indoors. Purchase Broadcast Studio correspondent Lauren Bass filed this report.
Students who signed up for clubs and after-school activities while on campus are not allowed to take off their mask indoors during any point of physical education. Though the majority of these students are fully vaccinated, the mask mandate, however, has yet to be lifted. Purchase College cheer students give us some feedback with these protocols for club activities and how they felt about it.
I definitely do agree with the mask mandate only because COVID is very prominent and it is a real thing that is going on, and even though the cases are dying down, it's still very, very high in our country. It's really hard to breathe, I will give you that.
It is a little hard to still wear the masks, but it keeps us safe and it lets us do what we can. Sweat a lot more, but if it's for our safety, then that's fine, and you just push through and work a little harder.
Purchase College cheer captains Tony and Ajaya are on board as well with these protocols on campus.
I do agree with the mask mandate for club activities because we are still in an ongoing pandemic, and while it can be annoying, especially while working out and being in a room where it's really, really hot, it is 100% necessary because we're right on top of each other. There is a lot of contact, especially when we're stunting. We're literally right up on each other, right close together. And even though things are starting to turn around and look a little better, it's not completely gone yet. So I do 100% agree with it.
I do agree with it. I do think that it is the safest way for us to continue to do cheer. It is a lot, especially working out. So, we encourage people to, step outside and take a break if they need to. But during practices, if we're in close contact, definitely wear a mask. I'm definitely in agreement with the entire thing.
it's annoying, but it's for our safety, and safety first in whatever we do.
Till we receive more updates on the mask mandates on Purchase campus, students will have to keep following these protocols until further notice.
Purchase College is mostly back in person with almost all physical education classes indoors with masks required. One of the classes that doesn't seem to follow this is Purchase's swim class. Purchase Broadcast Studios correspondent Brienne Westfall filed this report.
As Purchase students return to in-person education, physical education classes are among the classes that are back in person. Swimming is one of these, but there's a catch. It's an indoor class that doesn't require a mask. For safety of students, no masks are required, and because of precautions put in place, students and faculty aren't worried about these protocols.
Oh, I am so happy, to be here. I didn't do any of the online physical education classes because I assumed it would be kind of a joke. So I'm happy to do this, and then without the mask makes it so much better. It's just a normal class, which still, most of them I still need to wear a mask or are virtual, so this is like the first or the only, like in a year and a half, normal class I've been in. So I don't know, it feels like a little treat.
It's unique. I mean, the kids walked in on day one, everyone wears masks, and the minute we get to tell them once you get in the pool, you take your mask off, it was like they were back to normal. They felt really at ease. I mean, there's some that were a little concerned and explain what it is, and the involvement of the water and breathing and chlorine gas and all the chemistry behind it. The kids are just happy to be back, happy to have something other than a Zoom call or a classroom. So it's been great.
Students and faculty are enjoying a little normalcy as they take a class without masks. They both look forward to this maybe becoming a more normal thing in future classes at the school, but that all depends on the changes of the COVID-19 pandemic going forward and the school's protocols.
The pandemic has affected everyone's mental health to some capacity. One way people have tackled this crisis is by working out. Exercising is a healthy way to relieve stress and boost your overall mood and energy level. At SUNY Purchase, students have taken advantage of the gym being open despite COVID, and this has helped them in multiple ways this semester. Here's my report.
Working out can do wonders for your physique, but what does it do to your brain? As your heart rate increases during exercise, blood flows to the brain, bringing in oxygen and nutrients called neurons. The brain then releases endorphins, which helps you cope with stress and pain. It also releases feel-good hormones, dopamine and serotonin. Working out can decrease your chances at getting dementia when you're older and is a very important factor in keeping your brain up to speed for the rest of your life.
At first it was like I wanted to build a better, physique, but at this point it's become almost a dependency thing where if I don't do it, it'll certainly, I feel it in my day. I have more energy throughout the day if I work out than if I don't.
It becomes addicting to a point where after every workout you feel good about yourself, you feel good that you hit a new record or something, or just lifted that weight or ran that mile, and overall just boosts your self-esteem as well, and it really helps the mental health. Even though either you go for a walk, even going for a walk, a simple 10-minute brisk walk around your house or something can really help your mental health, and that counts as exercise.
Working out with friends can also provide extra support, making a serious impact on your consistency and work ethic.
Yeah, I definitely find it hard to find the motivation to go to the gym by myself. So it's definitely a lot better when I have people to go with, because having them be that kind of we have to go at this time motivates me to go.
Whether you're walking, biking, running, or lifting heavy weights, your body and mind is benefiting. These exercises have become important ways for multiple Purchase students to de-stress during the anxiety-ridden semester. Whether it's helping you complete a set or pushing you to go further during your workout, having a social environment when working out can strengthen the bonds with the people around you. Similar to team sports, social connections made through working out can help decrease the effects of depression, anxiety, and even thoughts of suicide.
Thanks for joining us today here at Purchase Broadcast Studios. I've been your host, Anthony Vassallo.
And I've been your host, Elijah Diaz. Please tune in next time for more reports from our correspondents here at Purchase Broadcast Studios.